The OHL has just announced that for the first time since the year 2000, the priority draft is going back to an in-person format. This is where each team gets the chance to draft their future prospects. And the best part, it's coming to Kingston, the birthplace of hockey.
Very exciting announcement, the Ontario Hockey League returning to an in-person draft format for the first time in 25 years. The 2026 OHL Priority Selection presented by Real Canadian Superstore, going to be right here at the Slush Puppie Place in Kingston. The last time we had an in-person draft in the Ontario Hockey League, a couple young men by the name of Rick Nash and Eric Stahl heard their names called, and of course, as many of you hockey fans out there know, they've gone through a full NHL career with lots of accomplishments and many more young players on the horizons that we look forward to celebrating right here in Kingston, June 12th and 13th here in the Limestone City.
Quarter century since last time that we hosted the event in person. If we think about the priority selection for decades, the OHL has been selecting players from throughout our hockey communities to become part of our league. And for many of those decades, they were done in person. And having shifted to an online draft, well, successful over the last 25 years, certainly left a little bit something to be desired in a moment that is the accumulation of years of hard work by families. And I say families because, as we all know, it's not just about the sacrifice and dedication of the players themselves, but of their families and support mechanisms to allow them the opportunity to hear their name called and potentially become a member of this great league. So to be able to bring this back to a celebration of hockey, a celebration of the OHL, a celebration of our communities and the families that, make up our hockey communities.
Kingston itself, there's so much rich history, and to have it come here, arguably, maybe not so arguably, to Kingston people, to the birthplace of hockey, the first game ever played of hockey on the shores of Lake Ontario with Queens and RMC. The Memorial Cup was born in Kingston. Not that we've ever won it or hosted it, but the fact is that the captain, James Sutherland, Kingstonian, was the creator of the Memorial Cup. We've had plenty of draft picks, great draft picks, plenty of guys that are playing in the National Hockey League right now. Unfortunately, they didn't experience what this part's all about because they came in the online draft. But, it's just going to add so much more to everybody's experience. And I'm so excited for the players and the families as they come to Kingston and they get their names called and to experience what the OHL is all about.
We're really looking forward to being a really good host. And that's, I think, what we do well. We know how to throw a big party. We know how to invest in business events. We know how to invest in sport infrastructure. We have a lot of great hotels and a lot of great attractions that teams, families, and spectators can come and enjoy.
We've seen that the OHL has really expanded since the last time we had an in-person draft. What does this mean for the growth of the league and for the decision to go back to this in-person format?
Yeah, certainly, things are changing every day, right? And from 2000 during the last draft to now, just the advent of social media and the way that, we engage and share information is changed so dramatically. And so, that alone will help fuel, this property and this as an event and the storytelling that we're looking to do around it. And, it just is like night and day from what it was, 25 years ago. So, I think that and just, people's desire to be involved in events in person and in face-to-face and have shared experiences has grown. The attendance in our league has grown every year in the last 3 years. And it's because people want to be out and be in the environment and see things firsthand.
It's so important to us, the player experience, but it starts at the draft. And if you're able to, as the player, be drafted and all of a sudden you're seeing this excitement that's going on right from the moment that your name is called and you're part of something bigger, meaning the OHL, and it's a stepping stone to where, wherever your career leads at that point, whether it's in pro hockey or business or whatever it might be, schooling. But it starts right here. So why not make it something that is so exciting for the kids and their families and everyone involved on that side?
We've seen a really big ramp up between the events in Kingston, from Little League to the Vanier, now to the priority selection. What's next? How do we go and amplify this to everything we want it to be?
Yeah, I agree. It's all based on partnerships, certainly. It's all rooted in what events we can facilitate in terms of the facilities that we have to offer in Kingston. But I think more than that, we create community events. And I think your point being that what's next for Kingston in terms of not just the sporting event, but the community activations around the sporting events. And I think that's really key for us. Obviously, from a sport tourism perspective, we want to see a lot of economic impact around these larger sport events, and we want to see a lot of community engagement. We're really proud to show off our community, and we're really wanting to ensure that if you come here for a specific reason, you come back for a visit. And that's obviously part of our work that we have to do to make sure the athletes and their families and their supporters come and have a great experience when they do come for an event like Little League or the OHL draft or a Briar, which we've had in the past, but that they remember it and they think to themselves, this is a place where I want to come back and visit.
To have mom and dad and brothers and sisters and aunts, uncles and cousins, grandparents, whatever, all together, celebrate that moment, go out for dinner to celebrate, meet the team, meet the staff. That's really what we're hoping to gain. And whether you're a first round pick or a 15th round pick, it doesn't really matter. It's all a celebration of a lot of hard work, sacrifice, dedication over, a long period of time from the time that you first step on the ice with skates until that moment. And it's also the signal of what will be, the journey going forward. And, we're excited to bring that to life in a real way now.